Hello, this is Adam Henderson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I just played a tournament uh, locally and here in the Seattle area, specifically Lynnwood, and it was a memorable tournament. I won't say what the outcome was, but I will say that my goal for the tournament was to naturally not lose my 1700. I think I was rated 1704 starting, and didn't want to lose my 1700 because I like doing these videos, and I know that at least some people out there would be like, "Oh, he's lost his 1700. He's just going down," and might think that way. And I don't know. I'm not sure how many people might actually think that, but uh, obviously there's a lot of luck in Scrabble. I could have lost my 1700 and wouldn't have meant too much, but I have been playing a lot of Scrabble. I've been doing a lot of studying, and between those two things, you'd think I'd be getting better and have a chance at improving my rating. So that was my goal, was to keep 1700. I won't say whether I met my goal or not, because I think you'll find this six game. I'm going to be doing one video each for each of the six games. The first game I played against was against Jean Bissonnette, and you can see her ratings here. She's got a 1253 rating in WePo, and then 1407. And no, she's got a 1253 rating in NASPA, 1407 WePo. And whenever you look, I like that they have both ratings now, because I can see there's like a little bit of a shorthand on evaluating how strong a player is. And if you see the two numbers and one is like a lot higher than the other one, in this case I would say 1400 is a lot higher than 1250. The shorthand is just go by, assume that their strength is the higher of the two numbers, and I think you would almost always be correct uh, when you assume that. So she's not a weak player, even though on her NASPA playing rating is quite low. 1400 is respectable though, and she is a strong player. So let's take a look at this game. Now, she did not. I used my phone as a GPS because I got a new car, and the new car does not have GPS, so I had to use one of those like things where you hang the phone on the rear view mirror thing. And so the phone was still out in my car when the game finished, and I told her, "Oh, I left my phone in the car," and she's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna wait. Sorry." So that kind of irked me. I had some pretty negative thoughts after she did that, because I really don't like. I didn't like that. Yeah, I really didn't like that. Give me a second here. Anyway, uh, I just didn't like the fact that she didn't let me take a picture of the game. That seemed weird. Like, why does she have to be do squaring the tiles immediately? And she's not the only one that does that. Like, I found a lot of players do that, where they will square the tiles immediately. I don't know why people are so adamant to square the tiles immediately. Like, to me, like, the tiles are there. No, nobody's losing tiles. Anyway, I'm sure there's some people that disagree. No, you have to square the tiles so you know that they're all. I don't think so. I think it's silly. Um, okay, I'm done ranting on that. Oh yeah, I don't have a video. I don't have a picture for this game, so I don't need to look it up. All right, so yeah, the bad part about this game is that I may have trouble figuring out what happened. I did think about this because this is the first game and I didn't want to lose it, so I spent a good like 2 minutes on this opening rack. First thing I was trying to do is find I don't even mind keeping the Z if there was like a 5-letter play that especially like put the P or the H on D8 or L8, but I didn't see anything. So after about a 2-minute think, I thought, well, Fizz scores 36. It's a good, decent score for a first play. It doesn't really open a whole lot. Puts the eye on H1, H8, which is not an easy tile to hit the triple on. So I figured Fizz. The only thing I didn't like about Fizz is it keeps the G, which is a terrible tile. I think if I was going to try to do something besides Fizz here, I think Fizz is a fine play, but I think if I really didn't want to keep the G for some reason, I would do something and play some move with maybe like 8. I could play 8 and keep PZ. I think that might work, but I didn't even consider 8 because I was under a lot of pressure. I felt like I really did not want to lose this first game. So yeah, Fizz comes down. She plays Fax, which I wasn't really happy to see this play because it sets up an S dependency and it closes down the board. Against lower rated players, I really don't want to see a closed board. Fizz kind of didn't help things. I think a play like 8 would have kept the board open, but I think 8 is just too inferior. So that was the thing I was worried about. I was worried that the board would get too close. So my next move, I'm going to want to try to not just necessarily open it, but not close it even further. Eco gift. Now that is a beautiful word. All right, let me do some. All right, let's look up this word, eco gift. Yeah, so relatively new. This is 2016. That's what the exclamation mark means. I've never seen this word. That's a great word. I'm gonna write that one down. I totally would have played eco gift if that was a word I knew. It's probably not even the best play. You can see there's 2 plays that it considers better, but I love this play. So Pogo and Goo. And Goo is actually what I played. So good on me. Goo gets rid of the G, Eco and Gift and Pogo. I do not like this play of Pogo. It closes the upper left part of the board, which is going to give her an advantage. And there's only really one spot after Pogo. So I'm not even sure why the computer likes Pogo other than it gets rid of those GOO. The O isn't really that great to keep on this early in the game. So Goo comes down. I like this play. I don't think there's a whole lot to say other than that. So at this point in the game, it's still like an even game. And she has definitely chances because this looks like a closed board to me. And she definitely has an opportunity to close it down even further depending on what she plays next. But here, I think she made a mistake. And she opened the board. She doesn't really want to do that. I don't know what her other tiles are. But maybe she had a lot of consonants. And this was the only reasonable play in that case. But if she didn't have all consonants, I would imagine that this wasn't the best play. It's possible if it was the best play if she had all consonants. And I just have to know what her rack was, which I don't. So here I went with tetchy, which is a new word. I'll show you that's new by putting in tetchier. Oh, it's not a new word. I thought it was. Okay. Um, okay, so it's not new, but it's not a common word. So I thought maybe that would throw her off. I like Chevy better. I don't like keeping the duplicated T's. Scores 4 more points. It keeps the board a little bit closed. This might be better just because Techi gives back a lot if she has like something like an X or a F or a W. But if she doesn't have those letters, it doesn't really give back too much. And it's I wanted to keep it a little bit more open, so I didn't consider Chevy. I like this play of Techi because if she doesn't have something that scores more than 20, I'm going to be in a good position after Techi. And the V is not, given how many R's there's 6 R's still out, the V is actually not a bad letter to keep here. I remember uh, in one of the live streams that it was like a recent live stream. I don't remember whether it was the school Scrabble or which one it was, but I remember Will Anderson saying the V goes surprisingly well with the R, and it definitely does that. The V is arguably the worst tile in the bat, even worse than the Q. I think most people would say the Q is worse, but I have a different opinion. I think the Q is, given that the Q is worth 10 points, it doesn't deserve that distinction. So I think her problem here was she didn't have any vowels, because if she had any vowels, definitely obviously E, definitely did not have the E. But yeah, if she had an A, then na or ra would be better. If she had an O, now would be better. Or at least, I don't know, they might not be better because they do give a lot back, but it seems like, okay, maybe not a U. If she has a U, that might not be better. Let's see. Okay, she has rung with the U. I don't know, this play of Ren seemed strange to me, but I was happy to see it. I was just trying to overanalyze that Ren play. I'm not sure. I mean, it seemed I couldn't really figure out what was going on with her rack. My guess is that she didn't have any vowels, but maybe she had a U. But yeah, Ren only scores 14. She usually this game she usually makes higher scoring plays. So I kept expecting a surprisingly high scoring play to happen from her, and it just never happened. Oh, I played Vibe here. Um, yeah, I think Vibe is better than 5 because 5 it just allows her to bingo, and Vibe, that was the one thing I did not want to have happen, was I didn't want her to bingo. So I think Vibe is definitely the play here. And here she plays. Now the board is closed down enough that a 35-point lead is significant. So she's going to have a tough time getting the score back to even. I will say that I wasn't of the mind that I wanted to keep the board closed because I've had it too many times where I tried to keep the board closed with like a something like a 35-point lead, and disaster just happens. Like, I think the board is closed, but the unexpected bingo and the only spot that could have possibly bingoed in, or uh, just a high point, surprisingly high point play, and that's really clever, or a setup that I can't block. All those things can happen. So I would advise against just making it your main strategy to just keep the board closed in this type of game against a lower rated player. So Lung comes down. So she's opening up the board, which I think is wise, because she kind of needs to do that. I drew the first blank, which was great, but I couldn't bingo on this play. I don't think there's going to be anything here. I'm just going to check. And just for fun, I'm going to check if there's anything with 2 blanks here. No. Okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to make very sure that there was not going to be anything remotely possible. I did try to find bingo in this position, but it didn't take me long to realize that I was not going to find one. All right, so Lung does take the F and the C both. This was a weird play. I actually opted to play Cub. And the problem, I was gonna Fub is definitely better than Cub, but there's too many words that there was a horror story where I drove all the way to Calgary to play in a tournament there against Hank Keys, and I think I played FUP. But then I played another word. So he challenged FUP, and then there was another 3-letter word that was like something like FUP or FUB. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I lost 2 turns in a row playing phoning 3-letter words. It was a nightmare. I might have even anyway. I don't want to focus on that game, but I was just. I got in my own head on whether FUB was a word or not. Let's take a look at what FUB means, because that is a kind of a strange 3-letter word. So I was like 75% on it. So it's just a weird word. It's just a really uncommon 3-letter word. So yeah, Cub is a lot more inferior because she could easily just bingo from the C, and I'm just going to be completely screwed. So there was some nervousness to Cub. F is a lot harder to hit, and if I played FUB keeping the C, it's a lot easier to bingo through that F with the C. Anyway, I got lucky that she did not bingo from that C. I think that kept open for at least 2 turns here. So yeah, she played a really strange play of talked, and I kind of wonder what the other letters were, but I'm not going to know. I was very happy to see talked. I think she thought for a while on that play before playing talked. She was definitely taking her time thinking about the plays and not just playing quickly. Oh, I drew terrible after Cub. I drew 2 eyes. I was really worried at this point because I knew I could not. So it likes to play Kuif here, and I considered that. And actually, that is what I played. There was the play before I also considered Kuif on. I Scoof is a scary play, but you have to make it because it scores so much better, and um, it's just going to make it a lot easier to bingo on your next play. Even if the worst case scenario happens, she like plays a bingo and ending in ST from A15. That's going to definitely put in the lead by a lot, but I almost certainly I'm going to bingo back right away. Let's see what happens. This was kind of a scary position to be in because we're close and the board's getting wide open. But this is where things get weird. She plays Tay. Oh, she had too many vowels. Yeah, she plays Tay. I was very happy to see this. So I think she just got unlucky in this game because Tay indicates that she has too many vowels. And then I drew the Q. So she has possibilities here. So obviously I'm just going to play Cade here. And if she bingos, she bingos. At this point, a bingo is just going to equalize. So I'm probably just going to bingo back. So I'm actually in good position here. But here she doesn't even bingo like I thought she would. She plays win for 20. So here, I played foot-like, but I'm sure there, yeah, Stooley, Osteal. I just did not see Stooley or Osteal in this position. Those are kind of hard words to see. I mean, I guess they're high probability, but they're not words that I play a lot. I guess Stooley and Osteal are anagrams of each other. Okay. Anyway, I played foot-like. The important thing was I was getting a little bit low on time. The important thing was just to bingo and keep my remaining time so I could use it in case I needed it. So I felt like she was definitely going to bingo. And actually, she didn't bingo on this turn. She played Era. I think she thought for a while. She might have missed a bingo here. I have this rack. It looked promising, but there's nothing here. Just out of curiosity, let's see what eights. So, yeah, you'd need a T to play any kind of bingo at all. This rack looked a lot more promising than it actually was. What did I do here? Oh, you know what? I think I played a phony here. Does Fizz not I was concerned. No, okay. So I did play Fizzes here. I was concerned that Fizzes without a second Z was going to be phony. I was really nervous to play Fizzes, but I felt like even if it was phony, I could get away with it. Fizzes doesn't even like show up here at all. But the idea behind Fizzes, I just did not feel right about keeping a second S. And so if I could score well and just get rid of it, that was what I wanted to do. So I'm a little bit surprised. ANRSV seems like a strong leave. Let's see how strong this leave is. It seems like a strong. The R and the V goes very well, and you keep an S. And is it N? So these letters look like they go together, but they don't go together as well, I guess. I mean, 5 isn't terrible, but it's less than I thought it would be. I just need to get a vowel. There's slightly vowel heavy, 17 vowels to 20 consonants. So I have a decent chance of picking up one vowel into child draw, which is really all I need. She plays lingered. I did draw a vowel. I drew an O, so that was happy. Sovereign for 33 scores the most. It likes just getting rid of the V. Yeah, so Amnor's is like 27. Very surprisingly strong leave. Amnor's. It's like a 27 point. So that's why it likes to just get rid of the V, because Amnor's is like a 27. The problem is, where are you going to play a bingo? You can play it on the K column, and you can definitely hit the A. I guess it likes Amnor's because it probably hits a lot of bingos. I guess you could also hit the N column. So it's not like completely unreasonable to keep a bingo leave here, but I didn't like it. I just wanted to score rather than play something like Vex. What did I do here? Yeah. I liked my play here. I just wanted to get the game over with. There's two S's still out. And I just felt like I played Saver, and the idea here behind Saver is, one, it scores 31. Okay, so I misscored. No, I didn't misscore it. I scored it as 31, so that's right. I played Saver here for 31. So this puts me up by 70, or that's actually by 84, which is a lot. So even if she bingos again, like, first of all, it's unlikely for her to bingo twice in a row just because you're drawing 7 random tiles, and the tiles that are left are not that great. There's no blanks left. There's 2 S's, but the cool thing about Saver and the idea behind it, besides just scoring a lot of points, I'm cashing in the S now, but it blocks the big spot in case she has an S. Because the worst thing that can happen is that she uses her own S and bingos on row 5 with a 7-letter word starting with S. So Saver blocks that, but it also blocks bingos ending in S on the K column, and I guess that's all it really blocks. But I thought it blocked something else too. But just those 2 things alone seemed like it was. I'm blocking 2 lanes right now. That's just what I want to do, is just close the board. So I like this play. Let's see what she does next. She plays gray. Okay, so she has the Y, which is fine. I like this play because it blocks one of the remaining bingo lanes. So this was actually probably not her best play just because of that. Let me get a sip here. So sparkling water. These Safeway sparkling waters are great because at my age you don't want to be drinking soda anymore. But the sparkling water is just as satisfying. At least the Safeway brand. This doesn't have any sugar in it either. I mean, I guess it has aspartame, but you know, whatever. Aspartame isn't healthy either, but I don't know. I don't know what the research is on it. Maybe I'll ask ChatGPT sometime. I do still drink soda every once in a while. So I have a moment here. I know it plays some. Okay, so it plays there. Obviously, I'm not going to play that. I did consider playing Moment there though, but I was like, okay, yeah, that's just dumb. I'm opening a bingo lane on the triple. That doesn't make any sense. So here, I could just play something blocking the A column. But the problem there is that it's only going to score like 8 points or something like that. And while she can't bingo, it's possible she has the J and could score something with the J, like Jingo. I guess there's no ends left. But just with the J alone, I was worried about high scoring J play. So I wanted to block the column A. I believe I played something on B12. What did I play here? So I played Mon. So that it's harder to hit the C here, but it's not impossible. That was the only thing I was worried about, was that she bingos anyway, even though I partially blocked that A column. But now she has to. I mean, hitting an 8-letter word ending with the C is a lot harder than it sounds. And if she just does a regular bingo, it's probably not going to score enough for her to win. I'm sure there's things in that pool could hit an 8-letter C word though, so I was still a little bit worried. All right, so the game is getting close to over here. So this doesn't open up a bingo lane, so I was happy to see that. So I actually drew the J. I was trying to decide whether to play Jut or Jew here. Eventually, I decided to get rid of the U. So I felt like the T was pretty much going to be a lot more valuable than the U, which I think is correct. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. She didn't play Ray here. She played Die. Okay, so that scared me, because now she did open a lane. I couldn't really block it, especially since I just needed to score here and then hope that she didn't bingo right away. But I wasn't gonna play. I wasn't considering blocking. That's just not smart when I have a 42-point play here. Because even if she bingos, at this point, I'm still gonna win, most likely. Oh shoot. I got this mixed up again. So actually, I did not have this rack. I had Momental here, which of course is a bingo. Doesn't play. What did I play here? I played Mole. MOL. For 17. No, I didn't play it there. So what did I play Mole for? Where did I play Mole for 17? Right, I'm gonna pause. Okay, I didn't play Mole. MOL. It looks like an O, and it is an O, but that's not what I played. Did I play Mole here? What? I wrote down MOL, but I think what I played here was Mun. Yeah, I played my. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this wasn't even my rack. Okay, hold on. I'm getting mixed up. So Mon didn't play get there. Here, the idea here was I played Mun here, and I thought that I was blocking the C column, but this is not a good play because it's not blocking it because anew is a word, and I didn't realize that until after. I was like, oh shit, I didn't really block it, but it didn't matter because I wasn't punished here. So here she plays die. Sorry, this made a lot of mistakes here and it's wasted a lot of time. So here I play mole because okay, so I actually was considering the fact that she would bingo on the O column, and then I would, because I felt like a play like die indicates that the J is still in the bag and she has bingo letters. So I thought there's a chance that if I could draw the J out of a 3-tile draw and then just hit that spot really big. And if she plays the J there, then I'll just block, I guess. But I guess that would be enough to win. I don't know. Maybe there's a better play than mole here. But here's where she plays Ray. Keeping options open on the O column. And here's where I play Zhu. That was the out Jane rack. She plays bid for 17. I think she scored this as 17. So she misscored it. I just played a deuce here. For 26. And here she played Oops. And of course, Pab isn't a word, so I challenged that. We actually went up to the challenge computer because she thought that was a word. And then, so I went out with can't here. Final score as we recorded it was I had 423 to 286. So this was really a nice way for me to start this tournament. I felt good about it, and then the next video I make will be against her other half, which is George Bissonnette, who is a very strong player in his own right. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. Kind of longer one than I expected. But thank you if you watched the whole thing, and please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.